Hi, and welcome back to the Mr. Brad Worden Show. And I have another taste test tonight. This one's kind of special because this was donated or given to me by one of my coworkers at work. They're like, we got this salsa, and I think it's going to be too hot for us. Now, this is pace. And pace is one of those more common salsas, like you can find it at most stores, most of your common grocery stores. So, I usually don't eat pace just because this one is chunky salsa, and as you know, I'm not a super big fan of tomatoes. So when I get a really chunky tomato salsa, usually I more just like dip into the sauce more so than like scoop and get the chunky tomatoes and things. So that's just how I roll. I'm sorry, the camera person shaking her head and sticking her tongue out at me, of course, and giving me a hard time. But that's how I do it. Sorry. And some salsas are a little bit, even the flavors too tomatoey for me. So generally, I mean, it's weird. Like some are not and some are. I don't like that sweet flavor. But anyway,
maybe when you hit your, what is it, 900? Maybe you should have to eat 10 cherry tomatoes.
I could hardly get down one in that one challenge, so I don't know how I'm going to get down that many. Sorry. So anyway, I do appreciate the donation, and I want to see how hot this is, being like a kind of mainstream salsa is paces. How hot really is their hot going to be? Is it going to be like pretty hot for an average person, hot? We'll find out soon enough. So I have also some chips, tortilla chips. And my pace Chunky Salsa, the hot edition.
Maybe you should do the pacer while
Pretty
doing.
fresh. Smells a little like it has heat.
Maybe you should do the pacer while dipping chips into
The pacer. The pace. All right, here we go. Ooh, it's very chunky indeedy.
Oh, get a nice big chunk on there. Your viewers want to see you eat a nice big chunk. How can you even get that flavor if you like pretty much have like hardly any sauce on it? You have to dip it all the way in.
Oh, but it's so chunky. Oh, it's so chunky.
Oh, come on.
So chunky.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing and shaking the camera up like crazy. You just saw a grown man have a temper tantrum over chunky tomatoes.
It's probably true. Okay, the heat value is decent, but unfortunately, I have remembered trying this salsa before. The flavor on it of the paste is just, because I've tried not the hot before, but I've tried like the more mild because my camera person has got this before. Flavor-wise, the paste brand, I just don't really all that care for it that much. I mean, it's not super bad, but
dip in all the way. All the way.
As long as I don't get tons of chunks. But right. The heat for an average person would be solid. I would say like a 5 or 6 for the hot version for an average person. Maybe it'll build. Fine, I'll go with...
Oh, yes, right there. You won't even notice once you start chewing it.
I feel small tomato chunks.
You cannot. There's no way.
It's just... The heat was more on that one, but... Again, the tomatoes are sweet. They have that... I don't like it. I don't like it. Hey, you could use this to build your tolerance.
Not tonight. I'm not feeling the best.
Not tonight, but... Ooh, there's a big one. Or no, that's right a pepper. It's a pepper. It's a pepper.
This time I think you should do a blindfold dip and put it in your mouth.
I don't trust you.
Okay, dip it in all the way. All the way.
Not too bad, but there is some on this side. Okay, so the paste hot, for an average person, if you kept snacking on it, it would probably get you to like a 6 or 7. So it is a solid hot eat. And if you don't mind chunky tomatoes and chunky salsa, you might like this. It's more of a sweeter flavor, which I don't. I like mine more. How do you explain it?
Savory.
Kind of savory, more like fresh. I mean, this is fresh, but it's more
like Newman's.
Sweet. I don't know. Haven't had Newman's in a while either. I know you like Newman's over the paste, which are two of the more common salsa brands. All right, I will keep it. I will try and avoid the tomatoes. It's not super bad.
I think you should take a spoon and take a big bite of it.
For me, yeah. For me, flavor is probably, it's not super bad. For me, flavor is like 5 out of 10. But I mean, if you liked more of the sweet, chunky salsa, you might like it. Or if you've tried paste, it's got a good amount of heat. Hot, I would say, pretty much as what it's advertised as mainstream, run-of-the-mill, and hitting a 6 or 7 probably for an average person. It's probably solid for saying that it's hot, but for chili hot, it's not really too much of a factor here. But no, I'm not doing anything crazy to torture myself.
We could do a blindfold taste test.
I never trust you on a blindfold taste test because I always end up getting tortured severely.
I can put a whole spoonful of paste salsa on there, and then you eat it off.
I'm sure I'd get big chunks of tomatoes, though.
Yes, yummy.
All right.
Put that into your mind.
Oh,
with frog legs.
And
dark chocolate.
Why do you guys do that to me all the time?
Ooh, paste salsa, frog legs, and dark chocolate all together.
Oh, you're making me gag thinking about it.
You can make that for your supper one night.
Ew.
Just for you, though.
All right. Well, end it on that note. Thanks again for the donation. Not bad. Good heat. And we will see you next time on the Mr. Brad Worden Show.